Oh, it's you, cutie. To what do I owe the honor of your visit? Are you here to peruse the library? Or perhaps you're here to visit a certain someone? As considerate as ever, I see. Alas, what rotten luck. You just so happen to have caught me in the middle of some important work. I'll have to treat you to afternoon tea some other time.
Wait, you're actually busy? With work?
You're right. The last time I was this consumed with research must have been way back at the academia. I haven't done this much thinking for a long time. It's rather exhausting. If you're that interested, why don't you join in on the fun? What do you say? Want to help me relive my days as a scholar?
It's not polite to pawn off your work on—
Is that a no then? It will be quite the rare opportunity to work together, and you would of course be generously rewarded. As you probably know, the Knights of Favonius have long conducted research on alchemy. But most of that research has been carried out in a laboratory setting, which means that up to this point, most of our research and discoveries have remained quite distant from people's daily lives. Noting this disconnect, Jean decided to start an initiative where we'd share the fruits of our labor with the people. As it happens, I already have some experience with this work. Even though I usually work at the library, I have lent my support in the past to the management of the Knight's potion supply. Potioneering was also one of my academic specializations back in the day, so Jean thought I was the best person for the job. But to create potions practical enough to support the daily needs of the people, a lot of adjustments had to be made to the ingredients we use, and the overall. All in all, what started as a relatively simple research project soon evolved into something exceedingly complicated.
So, are you asking us to help you with your research? 'Cause, you're not exactly talking to two alchemy experts over here.
No worries. I've already thought of the perfect job for you two. Alchemical practices are becoming more and more advanced, but there's still a disconnect between our research and the general public. But if we want to conduct research and collect feedback at the same time, we need to go about things in a more efficient way. So, I thought the best way to do that would be to open up a potion shop.
Oh, it's like killing two pigeons with one stone!
Well, of course. And who better to take on this job than one of the most accomplished among our ranks, the Traveler? When I was at the academia, students would often help out with each other's research projects. I'm sure my cuties wouldn't want to miss out on the opportunity to experience that sort of youthful enthusiasm for themselves.
Yeah, you make it sound nice and all, but Paimon still thinks you're just looking for a way to pawn off your work.
I knew I could count on you. When all our work is done, I will personally see to it that you're generously rewarded. All of the initial preparations have been made, so let's head to the shop. This is the shop.
Wow, looks like you've made a lot of preparations already.
It was a group effort. Jean secured the initial funds to open the shop. Beidou and Sucrose provided the ingredients and equipment needed, and the logistics company is handling the provision of all future supplies. Now with your help, it's like an additional weight has been lifted off my shoulders. The Knights have been busy spreading the word about our shop over the past few days. Okay, let's not keep everyone waiting then. Why don't you take these ingredients and try your hand at brewing a potion? Seems like everything is going well. As for what potions you should brew next, we'll need to consult the news from the market. That means staying up to date on the latest news and trends to try and anticipate people's needs.
That sounds kinda hard.
Don't worry. I already took it upon myself to What do you think? Have any ideas on the kinds of potions you should sell next? Go ahead and try to cultivate some herbs then. Bioalchemical processing can infuse herbs with different effects, and using different herbs in the brewing process will, in turn, alter the effects of the potion. All right, cutie, why don't you get started? Seems like you've gotten the hang of the cultivation side of things. I should probably mention, a knight from the logistics company has arrived. She'll be the one handling the provision of all future supplies. And after that, it'll be your time to shine.
Yeah, shouldn't it be our time to shine? You know,
My role? Naturally, it was to ensure my cuties had all the business and alchemy knowledge they needed to succeed. Okay, I'll be rooting for you.
Paimon knew this would happen.
Greetings, Honorary Knight.
Wow, Paimon's fame is really spreading across the land!
My apologies. I guess I got a bit carried away after hearing all about your exploits. You're practically legends at this point. I'd love to wander the land in search of adventure, like one of those knights you read about in stories. Yeah. Anyway, we've got some prep work. My orders from the acting grandmaster are to support your business in any way that I can. If there's anything you need, just let me know. You're in luck. I just got a new bag.
Hey, what's up?
It's been a while.
Whoa, Beidou and Eula! Wait, you two know each
Well, we haven't known each other long, but we hit it off right away.
I met Captain Beidou at Dornman Port. She was here in Mondstadt to buy some supplies, and I offered to accompany her around the area.
Wow, Eula taking the initiative and making friends?
Given that the two of us just met, I wouldn't go so far as to call us friends just yet.
Huh? Oh, I thought we were getting along pretty well. You're telling me you were just being polite?
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. I just thought that after my blunder earlier, you probably wouldn't want to be my friend.
Come on, it was just a little misunderstanding, that's all.
Misunderstanding? What happened?
Well, a few days ago, after docking at Dornman Port, I thought I'd treat the crew to some time at the tavern to While we were there, an argument broke out between a couple of drunk guys. I tried talking to them, but they were in the mood for a fight, and my words fell on deaf ears. So I had to resort to, a more hands-on way. Eula was patrolling the area while all this was going down, and when she walked in, it wasn't a...
I should probably take it from here. Recently, we've intercepted a string of attempts to smuggle goods through Dornman Port, so we decided to step up our patrols in the air. On my rounds that day, I noticed a group of people I'd never seen before, and they were sailors. My suspicions were raised, so I asked our captain to show a valid entry permit for the port. Captain Beidou said she didn't have the entry permit on her person and told me to check with the port authorities myself.
Hey, you were just doing your duty. It was my fault, really. I should have watched my tone, but I'd had a few too many, and... Anyway, it all worked out in the end. I took Eula back to my ship, showed her I felt bad, though, so I told her I'd treat her to a drink when we got back to the tavern. Once we got to talking, we really hit it off.
Captain Beidou mentioned that she wanted to have a look around the city the next day. I was also planning to head back to headquarters to submit some paperwork, so we decided to go together.
I meant to say earlier, drop the captain and just call me Beidou.
Oh, yes, of course. Pardon me for being so formal. Anyway, as for why we're here, I heard about your shop when I got back to headquarters, and after discussing it with Beidou, we decided to stop by and say hello.
Oh, that's right. Plus, I'm curious to see what the deal is with these Mondstadt potions you've been brewing. Could do. Although, I don't have any health issues, and my ship's already stocked with Let me think. Oh, do you have a potion that helps with getting to sleep?
Are you having trouble sleeping, Beidou?
No, not me. The minute my head hits the pillow, it's lights out till the next morning. It's just that, I have this friend. She doesn't lack for anything, and she eats right and drinks right, but she just doesn't sleep well.
Wait, this friend you're talking about, you must...
Yep. She's no stranger to rare and precious treasures, but I'd wager that to her, the chance to relax and get a good night's sleep is rarer than any treasure in her collection.
All right, we'll get started on that order for you right away.
Great. Thanks for the help. Perfect. Looks like my gift is all set.
Is it time for your return journey then? If you're heading back to Dornman Port, I'd be happy to accompany.
Yeah, I think I've gotten my fill of sightseeing, so it's probably time I headed back. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time. Oh, and good luck with your business.
On behalf of the Reconnaissance Company, I'd like to express my gratitude to you as well.
We just keep getting swarmed with more and more customers. It's been non-stop work for so long, but we've got a lot of orders. Paimon's not sure we can fill them all on our own. Maybe we should hire some help.
Taking a break, cuties? I was just looking at the sales data, and it seems like you two have quite the talent for business. The potions seem to be flying off the shelves.
Oh, Lisa! Perfect timing. We were just talking about how we could use some help around the
Oh, are the orders piling up already?
Yep, we're officially swamped.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised by this. While you two were busy with the shop, I was talking with Freda about some possible ways to make the business more efficient. After observing your work, I made note of several improvements we can make to the brewing, cultivation, and sales aspects of the—
Wait, so you've been doing things behind the scenes this whole— Paimon kinda thought you were just slacking off.
Hey now, I'm actually pretty reliable when it counts.
So how are we supposed to put those improvements in action?
Well, I discussed things over with Freda, and the two of us came up with a plan. I'll let her give you the details, though. Why don't you go and find her?
Greetings, Traveler Paimon and Lisa. Sucrose! It's been a while since the last time we saw you!
On the way here, I overheard quite a few people talking about alchemical. At first, I was worried something might have gone wrong with the herbs. But judging by the way people were talking, it seems like they were pretty pleased with the result.
Sucrose, your bioalchemical expertise was
Yeah, we've been able to make potions with all sorts of different effects!
You mastered potion making in such a short amount of time?
I wouldn't be surprised if she became a potion master one day.
Still, if you managed to master potion making in such a short amount of time...
Traveler? Paimon? Huh, looks like you're running a business. Oh, hey, Diona! And Tone Deaf Bard.
I could smell what you were brewing from all the way across Cider Lake. Bards have an extremely keen sense of smell, you know.
Again with the nonsense. Don't listen to him. We were actually in the middle of looking for some cut. Margaret is getting ready to run a new promotion at the Catstail, so she asked me to come up with some new drink ideas. The bard over here is performing at the event. When he...
Well, what better way to be the first to try your new concoction than by helping you collect ingredients?
Well, that explains your enthusiasm then. Anyway, I was having some trouble coming up with new ideas for ingredients to use. The bar saw me struggling and told me he had an idea. So we split up for a while. I didn't get my hopes up. But sure enough, he came back a little while later with a rare ingredient. Ooh, what is it?
It's a bird feather I found on a ruin in Dragonspine. It was once buried in the snow and is still cold to the touch even now. I'm sure it could be used to produce a drink with an entirely new sort of mount.
Whoa. Well, if anyone can find something like that, Paimon. Unfortunately, this ingredient is not easy to find.
Don't worry about the ingredients, Diona. I'll figure something else out. You...
Because the sooner I get started, the sooner you get to take advantage.
Well, just think of it as a way to pay me in advance for all my hard work.
That still doesn't solve our problem, though. Traveler, Paimon, do you have any ideas for a new drink? Huh? Infuse drinks with different effects? But doesn't that bring us back to the ingredient? Oh, Paimon gets what she's saying. Ahem. You're looking at one of the most popular duos on the Mondstadt alchemy scene right now. But what do potions have to do with drinks? You can add them as an ingredient, of course. Potions can add all sorts of different effects. Wow. I never knew potions could... I see. How about a Whoa. Don't go making promises we can't. How are we supposed to make a... What a shame. And here I thought I'd finally be able to dismantle the entire... It's okay. We'll try to see if we can... I believe I'm holding the key to shaking up Mondstadt's entire wine industry. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm gonna head back and start developing my new drinks right away.
Wait, don't leave without me. I thought you were gonna let me be the taste tester.
Of course! Operation Eliminate Drunkards has just begun, and you, my friend, are my first test subject.
And just like that, another...
Alcohol that doesn't make you drunk. Ooh, if I'm able to develop something like that, Whoa, is that Master Diluc?
Oh, Diluc. What's someone as busy as you doing in this neck of the woods?
Elzer told me the Knights launched a new commercial endeavor that turned out to be quite the hit. But seeing as you two are the ones in charge, I'm really not surprised at all.
Elzer is the manager of Dawn Winery, right? Huh, Paimon thought he didn't get out much. Wonder how... Wait, are we that famous already?
No need to sound so surprised. The winery keeps us all very busy. Elzer only takes the time to brief me with this sort of intel if he thinks we are faced with a real threat. In such a short amount of time, you've been able to establish complete production and supply lines, and even receive orders from all around Teyvat. If you were in the wine business, you'd already be one of our biggest rivals.
What? Threat? Rival?
Oh, you sure seem eager, cutie. Looks like you really want to go toe-to-toe with the #1 wine merchant in all of Mondstadt.
A competition with the Traveler. You're extremely knowledgeable and well-traveled. If we were to become competitors, I'm sure you'd throw many a challenge my way. But I was really just using the wine industry as an example to emphasize your success. Our two industries aren't exactly fighting for the same market space. Actually, the success of your potion shop is good for the...
Good for your business? Paimon's lost! You were just talking about how the two industries were separate and now they're suddenly connected?
It's a bit convoluted. Alcohol is a commodity that most people consume in their free time. In order to have free time, though, you have to get off work early.
That's exactly right. Your potions allow people to work more efficiently. As they get more popular, people will be able to...
Oh, that makes sense! It's hard to be in the mood to go out and enjoy life if you're If our potion was enough to impress Master Diluc, Paimon's sure regular customers are gonna be even more amazed!
Well, there's still work to be done, so I should probably head out. In any case, it's been a pleasure working with you. Oh, and if you have some time, you should stop by Angel's Share to see your masterpiece in action.
For sure! Paimon can't wait!
Hello there. The name's Atafe. I'm a traveling merchant from Sumeru. Great to meet you.
Whoa, you've made quite the journey! Guess news of our humble shop has already spread to all four corners of Teyvat.
I have to agree. This venture of yours is becoming quite well known. In fact, many well-informed merchants have heard word of your potion-selling endeavor. But most people are still not willing to take a risk on such a rare commodity. If you ask me, though, when the opportunity knocks, you've got to be ready to answer. Although the general public still doesn't know much about alchemical potions right now, with a little effort and marketing on your side, you can carve out a nice space in the market for yourself. Once you've generated enough demand, you could even increase your prices tenfold. With that kind of profit, you could even take the rest of the year off if you want.
Tenfold?
As long as the demand is there, people will pay anything.
With the way you talk, Paimon can't help but be reminded of a certain other Mora-obsessed merchant. Wait, you did say you were from Sumeru. Maybe you know her. Ever met Dory?
Wait, you mean Lord Sangama Bay? One of the most famous merchants in all of Sumeru? Wow! Lord Sangama Bay is one of my biggest idols. Her business sense and dedication to making Mora has always been one of my greatest inspirations. I was even lucky enough to visit the palace of Alcazarzare once. It truly is a magnificent sight. One day, I hope to be just like...
Oh, so you're the ones behind the potion shop I've heard so much about. When it comes to fulfilling requests, I heard the customer's wish is practically your command.
Huh? Gorou? Where did you come from? Oh, and Kirara's here too! What are you guys doing in Mondstadt?
Komania Express operates all across Teyvat, so I'm always on the road. actually pretty familiar with Mondstadt from my trips here in the past. General Gorou, on the other hand, seems to still be getting the lay of the land.
Well, I would normally be provided with ample intel before carrying out an operation in a foreign territory. But Watatsumi Island isn't exactly home to many people who've been to Mondstadt. I've basically had to perform initial reconnaissance in the middle of a formal operation.
Affirmative, General. Next time, I'll procure the most detailed map available and make sure you have it at your disposal for—
You can drop the formalities, Kirara. I don't expect you to report back to me like I'm your commanding officer.
Hey now, it's not like this is some one-sided partnership. We agreed, right? In exchange for my services, you'll help promote our business to the people of Watatsumi Island. Our future business is counting on you.
Back to Paimon's question, though. You still haven't told us what you're doing in Mondstadt.
Yes. It's a funny story, actually. Recently, Watatsumi Island has been looking for ways to increase transportation efficiency. Basically, this means improving the operations of our cargo ships. So, we decided to send teams across to Vat to learn about the most advanced techniques different nations. We had just wrapped up our trip to Liyue when we heard word of your mysterious potion shop. So, we decided to postpone our return journey for a bit, and turns out it was the right choice.
Well, Paimon's gotta say, you've practically hit the jackpot by coming here.
Oh, more customers from abroad. My cuties sure are popular. Looking at your two friends here, I can't help but be reminded of my dear little wolf cub. You know what? I should introduce you sometime. In fact, once you've wrapped up your potion purchasing, why don't you both join me and my cuties for afternoon tea?
Afternoon tea? Sounds great! I could really use some refreshments.
Something tells me you're not going to take no for an answer. Anyway, Traveler, care to make Guardian Mage? Wow, what an impressive title. Is it a position similar to that of a Guji? Wait, could it be that I'm in the presence of someone as high-ranking as Your Excellency, like Lady Sangonomiya herself?
Honestly, Traveler, you're gonna give the guy a heart attack. Don't be nervous, Gorou. That's just, a nickname. Her real name is Lisa. She works as the librarian here in Mondstadt. Lisa, this is Gorou. He's a super powerful general from Watatsumi Island. And this is Kirara. She's a super punctual delivery woman with Komania Express.
Kirara. The name sounds familiar. Ah, the collection of books from Inazuma that I...
I'm glad our paths have crossed again, Miss Lisa.
As for my cutie's other acquaintance, I believe I've read a few articles about you, General Gorou. I seem to recall more than a few references to your empathetic nature, and let me guess, your troops are also the focus of your potion inquiry here?
Exactly. Commercial activity between Watatsumi Island and other regions has been on the rise recently. The workload has increased so much, both the soldiers who work on our shipping convoys and the sailors who work on the merchant vessels are struggling to keep up. What would really come in handy would be a potion that could help them handle their intense workload.
Okay, I could definitely use a potion like that as well when I'm out on a long delivery. You wouldn't believe how tired my legs would get from
My cutie should be more than familiar with that kind of potion by now.
Yep, leave it to us.
Well, while you two hop to it, I'm gonna find an idle night to deliver a letter to my... Once my cuties are done brewing a potion that satisfies...
Afternoon tea on the banks of Cider Lake. Oh, wonder what that'll be like.
I'm just glad I finally found a...
I'm sorry to report, my little wolf cub appears to be busy. I sent someone to fetch him in Wolvendom, but he wasn't there. But I'm sure you'll have the chance to meet in the future. In fact, the next time I see him, I'll be sure to tell him about the two of you. Wow, you've placed quite the sizable order. Thank you for your patronage, my Inazuman friends. If feedback on the potion is favorable, I hope you'll consider re-upping your supply when the time comes.
Of course! I have a feeling this super powerful alchemical craft of yours could be a game changer for the entire delivery industry.
Absolutely. I'll be sure to collect detailed feedback from my troops. Anyway, we should head out.
Bye, Gorou. Bye, Kirara.
The next time I'm in Mondstadt, I should make it an official visit. A formal meeting between Her Excellency and the Honorable Guardian Mage?
Oh, seems like that made-up title really had an impression on him.
Wow, I have to hand it to you, cuties. I never imagined that you'd be able to bring in so much mora in such a short amount of time. You're practically geniuses when it comes to business. Always so humble. Although, with results this impressive, I would say you could stand to take a bit more credit. If I had your help all the time, I bet I could take double the amount of vacation without a care in the world. With all of your hard work up to this point, we've already collected enough sales data for our research. Of course, if you're interested in continuing to run the shop. In either case, I should already have more than enough to report back to Jean with.
Traveler, Paimon, it's been a long time.
Jean!
Oh, you're here! I wrapped up some business with my cuties and was just about to go report back to you at headquarters.
No need. I already talked to some other knights, so I think I have a fairly good understanding of the situation. Looks like you've troubled the Traveler to help you once again.
How could I not? When it comes to work as important as this, a smart and capable partner is simply a must-have. Look at the success of the shop. I could have never produced that kind of result on my own.
Well, I do have to admit, your success is remarkable. I've been meaning to come see you for some time now, but work kept getting in the way and I simply couldn't find the time. It's truly reassuring to have such outstanding members among our ranks.
Once this is all over, I do believe I'm due for a vacation. I've lost quite a few strands of hair to all the stress.
Of course. Thank you for all your hard work. Seeing you cooped up in that library all the time, I was worried you might be bored. So I thought I'd give you an opportunity to truly make use of your talents. Perhaps I put too much on your plate at once.
It wasn't that bad. After all, it's not like I was in it alone. Plus, it was fun to get back into research. It's nice to relive those days every once in a while.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you again for all your help, Traveler. Please take this as your compensation.
Speaking of compensation, I've also prepared a little memento for you.